welcome back to the 5 a.m. Files. Today I want to talk about standing your ground. I had a video kind of similar to this maybe a week or two ago about sticking to your gut, and it is kind of similar, but in this aspect it's standing your ground and staying, you want to be, what you want to say, affirmative, I suppose, with your decision. Let's say you're making a deal in a certain negotiation, which I was doing, and I had a firm price, and I gave all my explanations, right? And this deal, per se, a week before, we had somewhat agreed that it would be close to this certain number, right? And when it came time to sign the papers, right, shit started getting iffy, and they were switching up the numbers. And I gave my whole list of reasonings, and they were slowly bumping it up or whatever. And I was pretty much like, look, I'm the one losing in this regardless, right? This is my number, or I walk, or everything is off. The whole thing is off. And keep in mind, this deal is not something that's simple. It's something very complicated. And I want more. And that's what I think, more than what we agreed on, because that's what I think would be fair. Regardless, I had a number where I was like, look, anything lower than this number, I lose, and it's not beneficial to me to do this deal, and I could have way better results without this deal. So anything lower than this number, it's off. And I was dead set on that. I was like, I will throw this whole thing out of the equation. Everything will go to shit. I don't care. This is my number, or I walk. And I stood on that ground. And it came from a ridiculous thing to, okay. And then I realized that I have everything to gain from this deal, and I'm the one that can really control the deal. I can move the price up and be like, look, you need this way more than me. I don't. I can walk from this at any moment. I'm doing you a favor. I'm losing to do you a favor. And I can I can bump it up, which I could have, or walk, because the other person doesn't have a choice. I win in the deal no matter what. And I stood my ground, and I got the deal I fucking wanted. But if not, I would have walked. And you gotta stick your ground. If you believe, with absolute conviction, like I always say, you stand your motherfucking ground. You gotta be immovable object, right? You gotta be immovable object or impenetrable force type shit. You ain't fucking moving. You gotta be so locked in. You gotta be locked in, locked down, and stay down. That's what I did, and I got my motherfucking deal. I got my deal. You need to stand your ground, and this is with whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a deal. If you say something, right, you stand your ground. You die on that hill of the shit you say, right? Your word is everything. Your actions are everything. You stand and stick to your you stand your ground. You stick to your gut, and you die on that hill. You gotta die on that hill. That's the type of shit you gotta do. You gotta be so confident in the moves that you're making and the things that you're saying that you will die on that hill. That much conviction. And you gotta be like, I'm throwing it all away. If this doesn't go, if we don't agree on this, okay, whatever, part ways, I'm dying on this hill. This is my number. And you gotta stay final like that. And not even, like, this is the deal I was talking about is separate from nothing. But I was helping my girl buy a car, and I already had all the numbers set. I pulled up everything, and I was like, look, there's an extra $1,000 here that literally doesn't exist from anywhere. I'm looking at the the number listed on the car window, the number listed on the website. I'm doing all the numbers. I'm crunching my own math. I want this interest rate. I want this percentage. I was like, I want this number. And they're like, oh, if you're not buying the car, we don't want to talk to you. And they try to talk to her. And I'm like, no. I'm here to do the negotiations for her, to do the business for her, right? We got everything we wanted because I stood my goddamn ground. I was like, look, I want this monthly payment. I want this total car payment. I was like, I want these discounts. I want this, and that. Or I walk. I was like, look, man, I'm taking a car off the lot for you. I'm doing you a favor. I don't even need this. You guys are going to get a brand new car and replace it on the lot, and you can sell it for 2 to 3 times whatever price this is. Because this is a used car. You guys are going to bring in a freaking brand new car. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm talking about what I'm talking about. All right? I'm standing my ground. This price, this monthly payments, this interest rate, or I walk. Oh, but we're losing money. I was like, I don't care if none of your employees make commission. That's not my problem. I don't care if your business loses money. That's not my problem. And this is exactly how I talked to them. I was like, I'm taking a car off the lot for you that's been on the market for too long. And you guys should be thanking me. I don't care how much you lose on this, because in the end, somehow you're making profit. All right? This, and this, or I walk. Back and forth. No, this, and this, or I walk. I told you. And look, this is the final thing. If the next offer isn't this, what we want, we are leaving. You are not the only dealership in the world. We are leaving. This, and this. Oh, thank you. We hope that next time you come with us again, do all this stuff. Okay, whatever. You gotta stand your motherfucking ground. You gotta be so confident in the stuff you do. You stand your ground and you fucking win. That's what I did. So stand your ground. That's the point of today's video. Stand your ground and down that fucking hill for the shit you want. If you want something so bad, do not give in. Stand your ground and be like, this or I walk. And sometimes people walk, and guess what? It happens. It happens. But it's not the end of the world. There's more deals to be made. There's more things that happen. There's more opportunities. But if something you want like this, boom, this, walk down the hill. So see you guys tomorrow. Stand your motherfucking ground.